So I think depending on where I'm deployed, there are certain parts in Singapore where you do need to make infrastructural changes to ways at which people who are less mobile are able to access services so that our people can live happily within the community itself. Sometimes these are not just building of new facilities and new clinics and elder care centers and so forth. Sometimes what you need are social connections. For example, if I'm taking care of my children and my elderly parents, and my parents would have a medical appointment, it'll be most useful if I could find a way for me to place my children at a neighbor's house, and then I could bring my parents for their appointment.
The candidate actually answers the question. They've identified a real problem, Singapore's aging population and the pressure on caregivers, and they propose both practical and social solutions. Agree or disagree? You can't deny. This person has thought it through. Let's compare this to another candidate.
So a better Singapore to me is a Singapore with a more balanced political system. No political party has the monopoly of wisdom. I believe in having a credible opposition in Parliament that can make constructive proposal to the government of the day. Maybe singing in front of 300 people is not that difficult, but delivering a rally speech in front of a few thousand people with people yelling with all those horns, I think is a different thing. But yeah, preparing myself every day.
Now, what exactly does he want to change? Because I'm still not sure. The answer starts like it's heading towards a grand vision. Then it kind of veers into karaoke-night-meets-stage-fright. It's relatable, sure. But remember, we asked, what do you want to change? Not, how's your public speaking practice going? It's like going into a job interview and instead of talking about what you will do for the company, you say, well, I'm getting better at waking up on time. Okay, good for you, but not what we ask. Look, talk is cheap, but it's much harder to support someone who hasn't thought about what they will do compared to someone who has. And yes, not every campaign promise is fulfilled, but plenty are.
Relieving bottlenecks in childcare centres, dedicated paths for bicycles and PMDs.
In terms of healthcare, I intend to increase access to basic healthcare services within Macpherson for our elderly.
And to be clear, there are good candidates on both sides, and some who could use a few more mock interviews. Let's hope both of these candidates keep improving their answers. We'll be watching. Cheers!